It's 4 o'clock in Baxter County, where a child was discovered to be on crystal methamphetamine. It happened in late November, but the father just surrendering himself to authorities on Friday, and he's in jail. We'll tell you more about the story, including what happened and where the child was taken after the drugs were found in her bloodstream. A Friday night shooting in northeast Arkansas, in Jonesboro specifically, and a woman in the hospital. All the details next, plus how a car ramped into an overpass. It's kind of a crazy story, and we'll show you some pictures from the scene. Plus, a police impersonator could be operating in northeast Arkansas. We'll tell you where. Job cuts coming from UAMS. They just announced it. And details on a big purchase for a shooting range in Jonesboro. We just got the news, so we'll start the newscast out with that next on NEA Report.
Reporting.
We begin tonight with new information about the shooting range in Jonesboro, the proposed shooting range that we're all kind of looking forward to seeing come into town. Well, the good news is it took a big step toward coming into the area today. In fact, the city of Jonesboro closed on the property today that the range will be located on. It's going to be called, by the way, the Jonesboro Shooting Range Complex / Educational Center. The city purchased 208.7 acres today on Moores Road in southeast Jonesboro for multiple owners for a price of $1.276 million. The closing marked a significant step in a $10 million project that's going to include a grant from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for $2 million going toward that. So that'll be big, big league. Jonesboro Mayor Harold Perrin said this is a big step toward making our shooting range a reality. He said, quote, signing those papers was a relief because we've been through a lot of ups and downs, and I'm grateful to the landowners for being patient and to the Arkansas Game and Fish for its tremendous work in obtaining the grant. That's what the mayor said. The shooting range will not only be a significant upgrade for Jonesboro police training, but its design is going to make it appealing to those who might be enthusiasts for shooting and archery around the area. The $2 million federal grant comes from the Pittman-Robertson Federal Aid and Wildlife Restoration Act's Basic Hunter Education and Safety Program. The complex will include 9 trapped skeet fields, a 200-yard rifle range, a 50-yard pistol range, and a 3D and traditional archery range as well. The main building will have a classroom to hold between 80 and 100 people for training and educational purposes, too. Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott said that the police department will have training classes for shooting sports and archery, things like hunter education, safety, how to shoot trap, etc. He said it's going to be definitely be a public-private partnership, so we're finding corporate donors to offset expenses. That is from the police chief. In the big picture, the facility will be a financial boon to the Jonesboro tax roll, according to the chief financial officer for the city. Preliminary drawings are complete, and the next step is the architecture, though. It'll be a big event, and it's expected to bring in some tourism dollars once the shooting complex is finally completed. We're learning new details about a tragic situation out of Baxter County in Mountain Home, where in November, right at the end of November, a 10-month-old child was hospitalized for having crystal meth in her system. How did this even happen? Well, it goes back, as we mentioned, to the end of November, where it was on or about November 26th when a 10-month-old female was taken to the Baxter Regional Medical Center after it was observed she was acting in an unusual manner. Tests were conducted, and it was determined that the child had been exposed to crystal methamphetamine. The child was airlifted to the Arkansas Children's Hospital in Little Rock for emergency treatment, where additional testing confirmed the presence of both meth and amphetamines in the child's body. Agents with the Arkansas Department of Human Services, the Division of Children and Family Services, well, they both interviewed and drug tested the parents of the child and also interviewed other persons residing in the residence. During these interviews, it was discovered, or determined at least, that William Kennerly, 32, of Mountain Home, was believed to have been snorting methamphetamine in a bathroom in the home. It's believed that he inadvertently dropped some of the possibly crushed up crystal meth rocks on the floor. And then it's believed that the child, while crawling around on the floor, just 10 months old, somehow ingested the stuff. Maybe the child found it on the floor. You know how kids are always putting everything in their mouths. Well, Just a horrible, horrible nightmare to imagine. Kennerly later was interviewed by sheriff's investigators, where the press release said he had been crushing and snorting methamphetamine in the bathroom prior to the child becoming ill. He also said he was the only person in the household who was using methamphetamine. A bench warrant was obtained for the arrest of Kennerly. He surrendered himself to the detention center on Friday night. It was January 5th, over the weekend. It's where he was booked in on charges of felony endangering on the welfare of a minor and felony administering a controlled substance to another. He posted a $100,000 bond and was released from custody. Kennerly will appear in the Baxter County Circuit Court on January 11th to answer the charges. News out today that the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, UAMS, which has a clinic in Jonesboro, plus really everywhere else across the state, they're going to be making some big cuts across the natural state by the end of this fiscal year in June. The report is that 600 jobs will be cut, which, by the way, that's about 258, which are actually currently employing people right now. The other jobs were, I guess, open, so to speak. It's the state's largest public employer with over 10,000 jobs and an annual impact of $3 billion on the Arkansas economy. But in a statement released to THV in Little Rock, UAMS said that, like any other medical operation, that they have been faced by significant challenges, financial especially, and that they were having a difficulty making up for those shortfalls using reserve funds. They had to make these cuts to remain sustainable, they said. The employees, we mentioned some over 10,000 employees operate in 73 of the state's 75 counties, and UAMS provides care all over the state of Arkansas, as mentioned, including in Jonesboro. 258 of those affected positions are currently occupied, and employees whose jobs are being eliminated were notified or being notified today. Well, let's take a look at your New Wave Wireless forecast, and this week it's set to be another cold week, but not as cold as it was last week. In fact, a considerable deal warmer as we're watching temperatures throughout the week, but we're also watching for the possibility of snowfall showing up later this weekend, all right? Let's take a look now at the forecast. Home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. It's New Wave Wireless, and this afternoon, for what's left of it anyway, we're expecting a patchy fog-filled evening with cloudy skies. The low down to 36 tonight. Then tomorrow, patchy fog before 9 a.m. Otherwise cloudy with a high near 47. Tuesday night, 20% chance of showers. And we're expecting to see mostly cloudy skies, the low 45. Now for Wednesday, a 20% chance of showers continues. It's going to be a really potentially wet week, but we're just watching that kind of drift on and last throughout every day, that slight chance for showers. Mostly cloudy otherwise Wednesday, the high near 58. Check this out though, the high near 50, or the low rather, near 54 on Wednesday night with a 40% chance of showers. So you're not really looking at a situation where the temperature is going to drop a whole lot into Wednesday evening. Thursday, showers become likely, cloudy otherwise with a high near 61. Chance for precipitation around 60%. Then Thursday night, rain showers before midnight, then rain and snow with a low around 31 degrees. On your Friday, this is the day that we were telling you about that could get interesting. We're looking for rain and snow before noon, then a chance for snow. Mostly cloudy, the high near 37, only going to be near 37 as a cool down begins yet again. So if it does start to snow, it'll be interesting to see what that does on Friday, the day before, with the temperatures in the low 60s. On Friday, as we mentioned, though, that chance for rain and snow before noon, then just a chance for snow with a high near 37, 50-50 shot at it, it looks like right now. The low around 26 on Friday night. And even though it's going to be a very cold weekend, very frigid temperatures Saturday and Sunday, we're not looking at the possibility for rain or snow on either of those days. Every day this week, we're going to make a winner out of one of our viewers here on NEA Report. And here's how it happens. It's very, very simple. Share the newscast while you're watching it here, as many of you already do, and we're grateful for that, by the way. Then you're entered to win. All you got to do is share the newscast on your timeline, and we're going to pick a winner every day that shared the newscast the previous day, starting, of course, tomorrow. One winner chosen every day this week, and again, one day next week. And what does the winner get? It's one of these cool new NEA Report Real Journalism t-shirts. That's the back. The front has this neat little logo right around the pocket area of it. Super cool. You can only get these shirts from us by doing this, and there it goes, by entering into this contest. And so thanks to Creative Concepts for hooking us up with those shirts. Looking forward to giving some of you all those, maybe seeing them worn around the mall or somewhere this year. After the break, more news is on the way. Stick around on NEA Report.
Family Medical Clinic of Walnut Ridge and Bono are your neighborhood healthcare providers, and we're now accepting new patients. We know you have a tight schedule, so we're here 6 days a week at both locations from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. In Walnut Ridge, stop by 1045 West Main Street or call us to make an appointment, 886-8300. In Bono, we're on Highway 63 North or call 930-9990. Walnut Ridge Family Medical Clinic and Bono Family Medical Clinic, here for you when you need us.
We had a website that we had had for a number of years. It had become unwieldy to navigate. Ace One said, give me a little time and I'll come up with something and just see what you think about it. It blew us away. Ace One and his staff have given such close personal attention and outstanding customer service, just as if we were a $1 million company. I just can't say enough good things about them.
Another shooting has been reported in Jonesboro. This one happened over the weekend. It was reported late Friday night, and NEA Report learned about it early Saturday morning. Here's the details from Jonesboro Police Department. They released that it happened at the 500 block of North Main Street on Friday night at about 11:45 p.m. Patrol officers responded to the call of a disturbance. When they got there, they found the victim inside a vehicle near that location, and the woman, yes, the woman, a female injured in this one, sustained serious injury from being shot. She was taken in for medical attention immediately, where she was listed at last check, although that was on Saturday, in critical condition. Detectives are actively working this investigation, interviewing all witnesses that they can find. At this time, at least as of last check, we don't know of any arrests that have been made, but detectives would like your help if you might be able to offer any. You can call the Jonesboro Police Department Criminal Investigation Division at 870-935-6710. But you can also do Crime Stoppers if you want to call in and make the tip anonymously. That is 870-935-STOP. It's 935-7867. Well, did you join us late Friday night? Did you see about the crazy stuff that started happening right as we all went home for the weekend? If you didn't hear about this, you have to take a look at the photos. This photo was submitted online by Daniel Adams, but this is the one we went to late Friday night in Jonesboro and brought to you. A car ramped into the overpass, not over it, but literally went up the side ramp off I-555 and ramped into the shelter underneath it. I mean, how does the car even get there? It's crazy. These photos were posted on our Facebook page by Daniel Adams, who I guess he was on the scene. Maybe he was running the tow truck, or he's an officer or a firefighter. I'm not entirely sure, and I immediately regret not checking before I opened my mouth. But I will say that I'm probably not regretting it as much as the driver of that vehicle regretted things that evening. I didn't see any kind of fatality report, so whoever it is must have made it out. State police hasn't written anything about it, but you know, everybody kind of was watching the live stream. We had over 7,000 people, and you can take a look. There's a much closer view of the vehicle wedged under the overpass. And it looks like it was an SUV. I mean, I could be completely wrong here, but if you look at the vehicle, doesn't that look kind of like a GMC Terrain or something like that? Maybe a Trailblazer? It's tough to say, but nonetheless, the vehicle was more of a convertible by the time the whole thing was done. As we mentioned, we don't really know what led to that, and there's not been a report from state police, so that would indicate that nobody was fatally injured in the accident. But we're out there live on the scene. If you want to see the live report, just go back to Friday night's page, NEA Report. There may be a police impersonator operating in Cleburne County. Yeah, you heard that right. Somebody going around pretending to be a police officer and stopping people with blue lights. We don't know that it's been verified yet, and the Sheriff's Department there says they're investigating it, but we got a release over the weekend from the Cleburne County Sheriff, Chris Brown, who wanted people to be cautious about this. The possible report came of a light-colored four-door passenger car with two blue lights in the front grille area of the vehicle. It would look like it's an unmarked police car, but it would be anything but. It would actually not be a police car at all. The suspect described as a male, but not much else talked about the suspect's description in the press release, and it's not been verified by police as 100% certain. If you're getting pulled over in Cleburne County, you're not too sure about it, you're maybe getting pulled over somewhere else as well. The press release said that you can call 911 and speak to the dispatcher to verify everything and then drive to a safe location. We'll keep following this story, let you know if any information comes out or if it's verified at all that there indeed was somebody operating in Cleburne County as a fake police impersonator. By the way, if you want more information or you want to call the Cleburne County Sheriff's Office, their number 501-362-8143. Two people are behind bars today after they were arrested, and it wasn't the first time authorities knew them. In fact, a release from the Baxter County Sheriff says that these two, Tiffany Cortez Lynn and Zachary Roy Bales, have both been in trouble with the law at least 12 times combined since 2006. Here's what happened. They were arrested on drug charges Friday afternoon when officers with the Sheriff's Office and the Mountain Home Police Department went to 49 Voorhees Drive. Voorhees Drive? What is that, Friday the 13th? Anyway, to conduct a probation home compliance search at Voorhees Drive. 32-year-old Tiffany Cortez Lynn and 31-year-old Zachary Roy Bales reside at that residence. And Cortez Lynn was on probation. So she had a search waiver on file. That means you get in your house searched whether you want it or not at that point. Officers conducted a search, and when they did, they found a small amount of methamphetamine, various articles of drug paraphernalia like syringes, pipes, and scales, and $827 in cash. The two were taken into custody and transported to the detention center, booked on felony possession of methamphetamine charges with purpose of delivery, a felony, and felonies 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia. Both had bonds set at $25,000. Bales actually posted bond release, but as of this release earlier this afternoon, Cortez Lynn remained in custody with no bond probation hold. With a no bond probation hold. Both are set to appear in court January 11th. Bales has had 4 bookings in the Baxter County Detention Center since 2017, since last year. I'm assuming that includes all of last year, otherwise he's been busy these few weeks. Then Cortez Lynn has had 8 bookings since 2006. That's according to the press release. The Citizens Police Academy for Jonesboro Police Department, they are now accepting applications. So if you want to help bridge the gap, it's a good opportunity for you to get on that and to become involved in something as well. Citizens Police Academy will begin on Thursday, March 8th for the spring 2018 classes. Applicants have to be at least 21 years of age and live or work in Craighead County. Also, no prior felony arrests, no serious misdemeanor arrests in the last 2 years either. You have to commit to attending at least 75% of the classes during the session. And if you have information, contact David McDaniel or Cassie Brandon at 870-935-5562. Again, those classes begin March 8th. That's for the spring 2018 semester. Well, if you're looking for a new job, we've got a great opportunity for you, and it's with our friends at Pico Foods. And they have opportunities across Northeast Arkansas, especially in Randolph County, where their next job fair is actually set to be held. It's going to be on January 16th in Pocahontas at Black River Technical College from 1 until 5 p.m. It's not the only job fair that they're doing either. In fact, we've listed all of the job fairs that they have for the entire quarter. January through March. It's all at neareport.com. If you go to our money page, that's where you can find out the very latest jobs or ways to save money or even some ways to make money too. Pico Foods job fairs are all listed at neareport.com. Let's do one final look at your weather before we leave you here on a very much nicer day than it was last week. Can we at least admit that? Can we at least admit, James, that it's a nicer week than it was last week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, at least we have that going for us. It's not going to stay nice for long if the weather is telling us any tale of truths, and we're expecting it is, as we're going to be looking for days full of rain later in this week. But at least until this weekend, we're not going to feel like it's going to be very, wintry. It's going to feel kind of like it's the summer or spring, or maybe the fall, I guess, this week. We're looking for temperatures tonight, though, to drop down to 36 degrees, and cloudy skies will be out there. You may have some fog out there as well, as you're going to see fog lasting really throughout the week. As tomorrow, patchy fog begins the day before 9 a.m. with otherwise cloudy skies and a high near 47. Showers are possible tomorrow night, possible into Wednesday. likely Thursday, and then Friday, rain and snow before noon, and then just the possibility for snow in the afternoon. On Friday, you'll see the high drops to 37 as a cold front moves in. As we're getting toward this weekend, we're going to see temperatures where the highs are again below freezing and the lows are in the teens. That type of stuff is on the way again, so just get ready for that fun. That'll do it for us today on NEA Report. Don't forget to share this post so you'll have a chance to win one of our cool t-shirts. I would show you mine, but I'd have to tear the shirt off and pull a Superman here, and we don't want to scare the kids. That'll do it for us. See you tomorrow at 4 o'clock on Facebook for the news.